I think the first one probably, and the most interesting one, would probably be the changed use and capabilities of cyber technology as they're being done, right? Intelligence, for example, intelligence and defense agencies are becoming to realize that technologies are critical to their mission, right? To do intelligence gathering, to do whatever it is that they need to do, right? But it's also a serious threat to their operational side, right? So it's important for them to use the technologies, but now it's a double-edged sword because it's a threat associated to be using against them, right? And it's becoming more and more a daily occurrence, right? The pendulum is swung now to be more attack versus defense. And now you have to contend how to use the capabilities for good and how to use the capabilities for a different purpose. The second point I'd say would be the technology is moving faster than policy, legislation, and regulation can actually catch up to it, right? So there's been an evolution in terms to use for cybersecurity considerations. You know, what do you mean by cyber war? What do you mean by cyber terrorism, right? If these things are not actually taken in consideration and a common taxonomy is brought forward, whether that be for U.S. government or the whole world, right, we're never going to be able to get this really under control, because we actually can't do anything unless we're all talking the same terms, and we can't act upon things without the ability in which to act upon them based upon what those terms are defined as. And the last point is in similar kind of to take off of Ron's comment around, you got to correctly weigh the risks and versus the returns of gathering a greater reliance on using the cloud, or the internet, if you will, to provide critical functions, right? The exponential increase in severity of cyber threats can be closely linked to the increase in connectivity the world is encountering, right? There's more people on the internet, there's more people have the ability to do what they need to do, whether it be for good or for bad. And as it currently stands, mission critical systems can by and large continue to function if they're degraded, right? But as we move those mission critical systems to a large scale system, for example, to a super scale activities for government or industry or you know, the broader community of interest, you have to weigh those potential efficiencies and economic returns against the fact that consolidating those systems architecture is exponentially more vulnerable to cyber attacks than standalone or small, you know, protected systems. Now, whether or not you can architect the larger systems to protect yourself appropriately isn't a complete different discussion, and we could probably have a long, drawn-out discussion over that. However, it is something that you have to worry about, and in turn put forward some sort of mitigation to determine how those risks are going to be viewed.
Good point.